Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my fellow YouTubers. Welcome to another edition of Airy Sky Riddley's video blog. I'm Airy Sky. I have a big announcement for you guys today. This is why we're here. Please add and subscribe if you haven't. Give a thumbs up. Let's get to 1,000 people on the channel and continue. Today we're going to be talking about not Bibles, if Josh wants a little drama, I guess we could give him a little drama, right? A little drama that doesn't affect me in general in the drama field, but it affects every one of you. Yeah, so you guys are like, oh, yeah, okay. So we're going to be talking about a little bit of emergency prepping this morning. That's right. One of the most important things you better be stockpiling is water, food, and everything else. Now, my stepbrother, the Higgins, said something stupid the other day, like, oh, you need to talk about power suggestions. Let me just show you, tell you a story. All right. Now, frankly, you guys got things going on, okay? There's a nickname going around for Donald J. Trump right now. It's called Taco. Trump always chickens out. Okay, well, I'm just throwing it out there. I think it's funny. Now, some of you Trumpers, you can probably say, oh, don't say that, Donald Trump. Really? All right, so let's just talk about this for a minute, okay? I'm going to tell you guys the cold, hard facts and truth. Okay? It goes like this. We could all end up dead. Are you prepared? That we could all end up dead because of one man. And you're like, oh no, you'll never kill us. We're Trumpers. Woo, yeah! So, Intel just came back. I confirmed it by 3 different AIs and 6 different government officials. Yeah. What is that? They're not leaving off the table to drop a tactical nuke, America, on Iran. Yeah. So, let's just say, all of a sudden he gets pissed off and he's like, oh, I'm going to drop tactical nuke on Iran. Then the next week he says, oh, I want Israel. Or, Israel's our ally. So, or, say Iraq or Saudi Arabia. Oh, yeah, they won't give me the oil. Beep. I mean, think about it. I mean, once you unleash that rabbit off of the thing, there's no going back down that rabbit hole. So, I want you to say, are you prepped? Because as of right now, they're talking about it. Now, let me tell you my opinion, okay? Now, I know moderators are like, oh, Dad, you're just paranoid. Told my father-in-law 3 nights ago that I think someone out there wants a nuclear. You got half the people of the country wanting nuclear war. So they could go to heaven. Revelation, right? No, we won't go there. You got the other half of the people that said, I didn't vote for this. Now you got unemployment, right? You got Iran going, well, you know, if you're gonna do that to us, we're gonna shut down the Straits of Hormuz. Well, guess what? You do that, shut down the Straits of Hormuz. Most people, you can drill oil around the United States, but guess what the problem is with the United States? The reason there's too many gas-guzzling cars out there is because Joe Blow needs his new 20,000 horsepower Dodge Viper 696 with a 1,200 horsepower engine or whatever, you know, and all these gas guzzling. Now, the Viper, I heard, was like 900 horsepower or something. I don't remember. But anyways, they got cars that have 1,200, 1,500 horsepower. Yeah. 16 cylinder, 16 valve, whatever. I'm not a car person, okay? Point is that you got people out there and you're sitting there and you don't realize. Americans are so stupid, they don't realize we don't have the refineries. We have to buy the oil, or we make oil, we ship it to Canada or Mexico, they refine it and sell it back to us. Because we rely on goods and services. It would take us approximately probably 10 years of constant financial upgrades to build enough refineries to refine our own oil. I mean, look, oil is not a finite thing. They're looking at other things. Now there's cobalt and other things that make lithium batteries finite. Brother, the Higgins, would you look into that for me? I may even look that up on AI for another chat. But guess what? The point is we're here today to talk about a tactical nuke that could be used. I told my father-in-law, seems like this administration under the current guy, which I'm not going to belittle in any way, shape, or form. Some call him Diaper Don. Some call him Tiny Fingers. There's a lot of nicknames for him. Some call him Taco. My opinion is, and I said this to my father-in-law, okay? I said, in this day and age, are you guys prepared, even if you didn't vote for him, that he may just cause World War III? He may cause a nuclear war. Let me reiterate when I do these videos. A lot of people say, oh, well, you don't know what you're talking about. The definition of mad. Remember that word. Put it in your psyche. Train with it. Mutual assured destruction. Now you got people like Pakistan saying, oh, well, if Israel uses a tactical nuke, we're going to turn around and use the tactical nuke on Israel. Good for you. I'd like to see what happens. The United States would come back and counter. But here's the thing. Iran, oh, we need to take care of the terrorists. The terrorists really, they got this nuclear facility in a mountain, right? And they're claiming they can't usually use a bunker bomb. The way you drop it is you go in and you drop every bunker busting bomb you have, opening up the cracks. Now I know my adopted brother says, oh, well, we're not really thinking about it. Really, go look at the White House zone thing. Go look up other places. I had to confirm it by 3 different AIs, 6 government officials, and other issues. I mean, why are they doing this? Because let's just say there's a lot of different rumors going around, okay? One rumor is, and I want to spill this for you, okay, is a tactical nuclear bomb is usually a low-yield nuclear bomb that basically is like a neutron bomb that neutralizes an area, okay? The radioactive would be dissipating a little quicker than what we use in Hiroshima or Nagasaki. Fortunately, they think that using a tactical nuke would get Iran to stop their weapons and change the regime. The truth is the intel I'm getting, okay, is this is a test. A test, okay? You see, this is a test. Yeah. You see, if they could test a tactical nuke out in Iran, then possibly Vladimir Putin could be like, oh, tactical nuke in Ukraine. Think about it. It'd be a testing bed. Now, do you think Kim Jong-un's going to go launch a nuclear weapon at us? No. He has no intentions right now. Does Putin want to launch it? No, we're not attacking him. But Putin and Xi Jinping both stated we need to de-escalate this. This would basically sit there and say to the American people and to the world that they don't trust us in this day and age. They don't really trust us anyways, because think about it. And why am I telling you guys this? To tell you that I want you guys to think my new blind got damaged a bit. No. So what am I saying? We got these newfangled things where you gotta, their handle is there. Basically what I'm trying to tell you is we need to prepare. Plain and simple. Sit there and this is a testing bed. And your guys are sitting here, whoa, why would you want to use that? Because, think of it this way. Think about it. He did his little tiny tanky thing where he said, oh, yeah, look at me, I got my military parade with the army, woo! No one watched it. 12 million plus people turned around. And what did they do? They protested. I heard it was like 120 million total was what I heard. But anyways, let's just say 12 million, right? Peacefully protested. Let's just say the more stupid things he does, the more the protests get bigger and bigger. Eventually, he's going to see half the country or more against him, which it is. Let's just say his followers turn around and say, hey, you know, you're doing this war wrong, or you're doing this wrong, or you're doing that wrong. Change the heat. He can't. That's the thing. You know, he can't. I mean, the point is, I'm not going to belittle the guy, okay, but you got to think. If he drops tactical nuke, it's open season on America. Now, you guys could sit there and say, oh, well, we could just really. You see, he's literally trying to bankroll that his red states, his pardons that he's doing, will basically turn around, is what my father-in-law claims, okay? I'm not going to go into the analytical. I haven't checked up on my father's. It literally wants to use the Gestapo of his pardoning men to go and round up people and kill them. And if they don't round up and the people band together and say you can't illegally evict people that are here legally, hypothetically, you know, the ICE situation, then he's going to sit there and go, oh, look, I dropped a tactical nuke on Iran. I think a tactical nuke should be in Detroit, and a tactical nuke in Minnesota, and a tactical nuke in Seattle, and a tactical nuke in Portland, and a tactical nuke in LA, and a tactical nuke in San Diego. I don't think he would attack San Diego or San Francisco because it's military bases, but you know, since Seattle is near Bremerton, he would have to think twice. But you get the idea. He may just choose Portland or Chicago as a testing bed, but the radioactivity in Illinois would be pretty bad enough near the Canadian border. You see what I'm saying? So you got to think of it. He could do that. He could sit there and say, well, if you guys aren't going to submit to me and let me have my mandates, boop, 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 boop. I mean, it's only a thought, but think about it. People don't think about it. And this is why I had to come on today, because I was having my morning coffee and I came across all this information that I had to confirm. So, if you haven't checked out, go to my YouTube, my About Me page. You'll find 3 wholeheartedly lists. There's a bare bone preppers list, the preppers list, and the advanced preppers list. Or there's a basic, bare bone, basic, and like advanced, or give or take. There's 3. But point is, you need to prep, and you need to prep now. And I keep telling you this. And a lot of you guys, you come here and you say, oh, well, I love your channel. And I want to thank William again for his generous donation. I want to thank Josh, because Josh likes his drama. But this time, Josh, maybe you should think about drama. If you're an American, you better be thinking, why are you getting more drama through this whole thing when it comes to tactical nukes? Yeah. In the meantime, I would literally basically get in touch with your local representatives, your Congress and senators, and ask them, beg them, to get ahead of them to get this stopped. Because frankly, if we go to war, it's one thing. He's trying to make a deal in 2 weeks. Well, we'll see what happens in 2 weeks. 2 weeks is about July 4th. Yeah, think about it. Today is Friday the 20th. July 4th is the time, or July 3rd is what he's giving, give or take 2 weeks. Think about it. Right before the 4th of July. Now you have 2 problems here. Now let me explain it. Problem 1, you got 10 days from now, Anonymous wants to drop their big old anonymous truth bomb, whatever it is. And 2, July 4th may be just the year that we use a nuke, tactical nuke, on 2025. 80 years later. Does history repeat itself? Think about it. Think about it. Because right now, If a nuke went off and the EMP alone, it would wipe out not just your electronics. Your phones would be dead. Your radios would be dead. Your computers would be dead. You would be literally wondering what to do to pass the time. That's why I kept telling you, get books. If you got books, you're good. Playing cards. I mean, literally, look at this. Chloe found my trading cards. This came from my home of Quincy. Amtrak cards. My all-time favorite Coca-Cola cards. I also got some poker cards. Uno cards. I got like 4 sets of Uno cards, see? Yeah. Toy Story, Uno, Mario Kart, Unos. Point is, get stuff and start prepping, people, because we're not out of the woods yet. Board games. Books. You sit there and say, oh, well, I'll just use, really. If an EMP happens, the EMP can fry out not only your solar-powered generators, but would basically fry out everything around. Not to mention, how many times have I told you guys with Brother the Higgins, when we said, what happens if there's no garbage service? What happens if the trucks aren't running? A lot of stuff are computerized. How are you going to get to the dump? Computerized dump. How are you going to get to many things? If you haven't seen it, go watch The Day After. It's on YouTube for free. It's about the nuclear attack in a 1981 to 83 movie. You may want to watch it to familiarize, because things will not work that well. You may basically get a ham radio to work, but that's if you know how to use a ham radio too, that's if the ham radio didn't get fried. Wherever you're at, you need to basically take precautions, plain and simple. And that is why I'm here to tell you that it's not just about trusting in the Lord right now. It's about trusting in your own instincts for survival. Because I have been saying this from time and time again, okay, that in America, you guys say America first, you redneck goons that wear the redneck hats. But what if he drops a tactical nuke and all of a sudden countries start attacking red states? First red states, huh? We may have interceptors to shoot them a lot down, but if they fire a lot of them may get through. So you got to ask yourself, do you feel safe? Where someone can just basically drop a tactical nuke because they have nothing better to do with their life. Or they just want to see what happens. This is why I keep telling you, we're in a time of dark ages. But you guys turn around and you, oh, well, he's really. There may be YouTubers out there, but I'm not here to give you clickbait. I'm giving you the facts. They're all over this morning. You can Google the facts. You can check the facts. You can look at the facts. I mean, I gave up my second cup of coffee time to get this out on the wire, that we are literally looking at that as an option. The Pentagon is looking at an option. Oh, we can't attack a nuclear facility high in the mountains. Just keep dropping all your bunker bombs. Eventually the mountain will penetrate open and you can do it. But to drop a tactical nuke on it, it may blow up the mountain and blow out the thing. What if you had a thing where you literally drop the nuclear bomb after you use all your bunkers, blowing that out? It could blow out a fusion reactor, and half of Iran could be destroyed. I mean, do you really think that? I mean, the other thing is I want to tell you, if you ever watched the movie W, or Josh Brolin, Dick Cheney, the guy that plays it, I believe it's Richard Dreyfuss, said, drain the swamp. You can have all the oil you want. Think about it. Iran produces 20% of the world's oil. If they cut us off, we deserve it. But, oh, well, apparently, most people, okay, remember the movie Air Force One? You would murder a million Iraqis to save a nickel on a gallon of gas. Yeah, pretty much. That's the way the thing is. People's lives aren't that important anymore. It's what they can get out of it is, like oil. Think about it. I mean, think about it from the perspective, okay? Now, Josh and William and my other followers, I want you guys to ask yourself, what is your current price of gas? The Higgins the other day, oh, Walmart's cheaper, you're being shafted. It doesn't matter if we're being shafted. What matters is I don't drive, so it doesn't matter to me. By the way, I have other ways of getting around just fine, okay? Yeah, and yeah, the thing is, our taxi services are 99% of them are all electric here on where I live. So, yeah, that's fine. They have the charging stations. They have everything. Me, I don't care. What I care about is living. And, you know, and right now, to give you this message, you better prep. You better get potassium iodide tablets. Oh, by the way, everyone says, oh, well, you can have the potassium iodide tablets, but how do you listen or know when you need to use them? You look at your zones on your computer. Now, if your computer's down, you get a radio. Now, you guys are going to sit there, oh, well, how do you... Let me just put it this way, okay? Let's just say, all right, I want to give you guys an example. My first scanner, by the way, plugged in. Yeah, works, right? Works. Now, you guys are sitting there and you're thinking, okay, so you buy a handheld scanner, right? Analog or digital. And you listen, right? And you listen to whatever. But what if your police departments, okay, your fire departments, your EMS, they're all down? What if they sit there, right? Let me tell you a funny story about prepping, okay? I know the fire chief personally in this town, all right, and the where I live, all right? He has the fire chief of the county. I asked him once about prepping. Oh, well, we got backups. Really? The police officer asked me, the guy that runs the sheriff, the law enforcement, what happens if these cellular-based radios don't work? They go down. The entire towers are down because of nuclear attacks, radiation, etc. Then what? You got? Does the EMS and fire have expensive sat phones? Oh, you don't? Well, all right, then you have the other problem. All right, GMRS, FRS, right? FRS, quarter mile. Got to be close. Doesn't work like crap. I got more, but anyways, you get it. FRS, same thing. How about MERS? If you get no signal, no buildings anywhere, you may get 5 or 6 miles. But has anyone ever realized that radioactive radiation can distort? Even though you can't see radio waves, can be distorted by nuclear radiation. Yeah, it's like a buffer where it basically blocks it out. Same with, certain zones. So if you look at it from that point of view, think about it. Your phones aren't going to be useful. Your radios aren't going to be useful. So you sit there and how are you going to get your potassium iodide tablets? Well, you have them, you take them. But you say, oh, well, now, what if your best investment is a world band radio? And you know that the world band radios are still being used. So what if you spend $100, you get one, and you listen to some news through Australia that talks about what happened to America? Then you know. But most people, they don't think about this. Now, if you're in the blast zone or an area where your radio may not work, that's a different story. But you have to have backups of backups of backups. Point is, this is the time where you have to think about these things. Are you willing to just sit there and be like, oh, well, nothing's going to happen? Okay. But what if it does? Do you have your main stuff? Do you have your can openers? Do you have your canned goods? Can you eat cold beans? I've tested cold beans. I've tested soups. I've tested dry ramen. You can live on it. Of course, You also need to have plenty of water. That's why when I'm going back out, I'm getting another 4 cases minimum, 16 cases maximum. I'm loading up on the way home. Why? Because it has to be done. Yeah. Well, people sit there and they say, oh, well, you're being paranoid. Really? If he said it and it's on the table and you don't do anything, we could lose probably 200 million people right off the top because they didn't prep. Yeah. I mean, think about it. The radioactivity alone is a different story. I mean, some areas may be less, some areas may be more. But are you prepped? Are you literally prepped? Because we're not out of the woods yet, and I keep talking about this. Crock-pot is good if you have electricity. Roasting pans if you have electricity. Anything else is a different story. Are you willing and able to live in your home with no electricity? Are you willing and able to realize that you, as a person, may not have food? No electricity, no food. Look at what Brother the Higgins said. Power goes out, nuclear happens, your dams are down, your coal plants are down, your oil plants are down. I'm doing a SimCity scenario thing here too, okay? SimCity has all the power plants. Your fusion goes down, your nuclear goes down, all this stuff, right? And you're sitting there. What happens when it happens? You sit there, oh, well, I'm good. Your freezer goes out in 2 days, huh? Well, I'm the Higgins. I'm gonna put in ice blocks. Really? Really? You're gonna put ice blocks in to preserve what? 6, 9, 12 months of food, which will go out in 5 days. You eat what you can. That's why you prep by thinking of outside the box. Maybe you should buy yourself a smoker and start smoking your foods, people. If you can afford it. And then preserve it that way, like the Old West did. Smoked fish, smoked meats. Because otherwise, back in the day, they had smokehouses for their bacon. Think about it. I don't know how many times I could tell you this, but you need to prep. And you need to plan accordingly. I do too. I plan every day in my planners. The Higgins, he nagged me the other day. He literally nagged me the other day, making fun of me. He's like, oh, you always have your planners. Yeah. Preppers planners, daily planners, backup planners, to-do planners. This was what keeps me going when I'm prepping people. Budget planners, ledgers, prepper planners for budgets, everything. This is the time I keep telling you to prep. I haven't done my planners today. I was having my second cup of coffee when this came over the airwaves or the computer. So I decided to send you guys a discussion. So are you prepped? Are you getting ready to be prepped? Or are you just thinking nothing's going to happen as usual? And when it does, the preppers are prepped. But the people that said nothing's going to happen, they are the first ones to panic and die. And I'm sorry to say, this is why you need to prep. Even my own family's been messaging me thinking, I think he may just do it, drop the nuke. Yeah, why? Because they have their own agenda. I don't know what it is, but my agenda is to make sure you guys keep getting prepped. Yeah? Are you prepped? Are you ready to prep? Shit's about to get real. And you guys are still sitting on the fence. Yeah. Plain and simple. Now, I know a lot of you say, oh, well, we'll just die and go to heaven. Really? So you'll starve first for the first 30 days because you didn't prep. You'll have contaminated water and you didn't prep. And you'll just give up because you didn't prep. Well, that's all I'm going to say, people. So in the meantime, thank you so much for tuning in this morning. There may be another video later. Please add and subscribe. Please post comments. Please leave feedback, suggestion. Hit the like, subscribe button. So some fun for your family, including your dogs, cats, bunnies, service dogs, service bunnies. Hit the bell notification, thumbs up button, subscribe button. Keep the comments nice always. Thank you, and God bless you in everything you do.